44, taxi above to the left, contact left arm. Golf, joint taxi Charlie, cross runway 20 left, contact ground plane owner. Runway 23 left, clear to land.
All right, good evening, everybody. Happy Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday evening. Hope you guys are doing all right. I was having some small minor tech issues. Hopefully they won't plague us throughout the remainder of the show, but some small minor tech issues with the internet and among other things. So having a couple of little hiccups here. Again, we're still learning the system. I know we did 7 days, but I honestly had to make a change to it. That's why it is having the issue that it's having. So again, good evening, everybody. Hope everybody has had a wonderful start to your week and been doing all right. So we do have Air France. We've got a viewer on the London flight tonight. We'll try to stick around for that London departure for that. Speedbird 217 is going to be on that flight tonight. Hopefully he'll send us a chat message so that we know he's on board. Hopefully he's got a window seat. He did say he would try to shine his camera light, so. So this one right here is American Airlines 2693 off to Dallas Fort Worth, an A321. We've got ATC tonight. Hopefully it sounds all right. We may have to work on it just a little bit as far as the volume goes. Again, having some minor little gremlins this evening, but nothing of anything significant as of right now. Got a Pilatus PC-12NG on final for 23 left. Plane Sense coming in from Brunswick. 1 hour and 25 minutes for the Pilatus. Hey, our fueler Brad's over here fueling Air France. Let's get this Pilatus PC-12 in, and then we'll head over there and check out our buddy Brad. I think I got the confirmation email I was waiting for. Again, sorry, I was working on the internet and working with them the internet provider here. So I got an email from them. Thank you, Donna, for stopping in for a minute. So we'll wait on the... Again, we'll get the Pilatus here, and we'll head over to our buddy Brad, fueling the 777. That one should be leaving around 7-ish.
Raleigh Tower, fly the runway heading runway 23 right, clear takeoff in 3307.
I'm in a little bit of a different spot than I normally am because there's this big truck parked right in the way, and he took up 2 spaces. One, the space he's in, and then the one where his nose is sticking through. So I'm not quite in the right place. You'll be able to see Brad down there. It's not going to look great because of the pole. I didn't set it up high enough. There they go. They're waving at us. So they're hanging out down there, waving at us. Thank you guys for the waves. Appreciate it. We've got American Airlines back to DFW. It's A321. Yeah, sorry to hear that, James. Hope everything goes well. Thank you, Alan Lee, so much for the £5 super chat. Greatly appreciated. Enjoy your evening there in the pub. So again, like I said, not our normal spot because there's a truck parked in the way. As you can see, the roof of that truck right there. So things may be a little bit different. If they can get some more early rotations happening, we should be good. The other side's fine. It's this side over here already that's kind of giving us issues. Yeah, thank you for tuning in. I don't feel like I'm on the right radio station. We were messing with the radio in Charlotte, and I don't feel like I'm on the right one. I only have 3 saved in there, so one of them is ground. So we'll see. I think it's normally on 124.7 or 120. Yeah, there it is.
321 Tower, 23 right, little and 13407.
Sorry, my phone vibrated there for a minute. Had to double check on some things. So hopefully you guys have been enjoying the shorts. We've been trying to put out a couple a day. especially with the new content. We did put one up of that 717 or 727. Excuse me, 737-200. I already can't talk. ICE 821 looking like they're early by about an hour than what we normally see. So Iceland from Reykjavik 737 MAX 8 on final in the pink tail. It's going to be a 737 MAX 8. Jim 20, what's up? Yeah, the ATC is never good here. I may have one of the wrong channels on there. This is Delta 1275 off to Tampa, A320. That's the kind of rotation we were looking for. Looks like we got quite a few headed out for departure now. Got an exec jet here on final. That the camera is not agreeing with at all. That one was NetJets coming in from Winston-Salem. Embraer Phenom 300. This one, Delta 1319, off to the House of Mouse. Headed down to MCO. This one's going to leave late on us too. This one's not up on flight radar. Seven 737's going to leave out a little low. My camera's not even trying to focus this evening. Thank you, Christopher Brown. Yeah, we'll still be here on Sunday regardless of the weather. Thank you so much for the $4.99 super chat. Again, we'll still be here regardless. As long as there's room to park where we can stay dry, I'm A-okay with Sunday. I know the weather forecast is not great. We're going to lose this 737 as it departs out of here. Again, if you guys are just joining us, I am not in a great location tonight because of the simple fact that there is a GMC something or other over here taking up 2 spaces. So I'm a little bit lower than I normally am because this is on a slant. So unfortunately, some of the departures get missed. Monica, good evening. And my like I said, my camera's just like, nah, I don't want to do this tonight. Maybe that's its issue. I don't know how that gets changed. We'll see if that helps it out now. Because it does not like anything off in the distance, that's for sure. So we got Frontier sitting out there. That Delta departure, Delta 1235, that one was headed off to Atlanta, Georgia, that 737. Frontier we're looking at. Frontier 1785, this one off to the House of Mouse as well, headed off to Orlando, Florida. Stretch the Great Blue Heron on board this A320. So we got our heavy departures here later this evening. We've got one heavy arrival, FedEx 785, coming in from Memphis, Tennessee. Got United 1322 coming in about 9 minutes. Got a CRJ coming in as well. Endeavor 5322, that one coming in about 4 minutes. Got a couple of exec jets, it looks like, possibly on final. Air France, they should be out of here about 7:30 this evening. So we'll see how they get on out of here later. I knew as soon as I moved the camera. We do have Southwest taxiing out. Got the red ambient lighting tonight for Southwest. Looks like this 737's got a beacon out along the bottom as we get our Air France. Air France. Man, I cannot talk today. Sorry, guys. Our Frontier. Man, it's been a long day. So Frontier possibly going to give us that early rotation. Speaking of our 737-200, I think that's supposed to be coming back in this evening, or at some point this evening. Miss Ramona sent me a jet tip on that, but I don't see it over there, and I thought it was around 5 something. I'll have to check. My jet tip. Oh, man, I can't hold on to this either. Wednesday night struggles, y'all. Wednesday night struggles. Got another Frontier headed out. Looks like I fixed the issue with the lens not wanting to work. So next arrival is going to be that Endeavor 5322. The CRJ coming in from DCA. Iris, good evening. Next arrival is going to be Republic Airways 4497. Another one coming from New York. It's going to be an E175LR. I think this is PSA, headed to Philadelphia. Going to be a CRJ 900LR. Tim Arnold. Good afternoon. So this one here going to be off to Philadelphia. Southwest finally getting a move on. Oh, they've changed their ambient lighting from red to blue. Looks like they might do Southwest things and do a turn and burn. Southwest 11:59. They're headed off to the House of Mouse as well. So the race is on to Orlando. It's going to be a 737 MAX 8. I believe this is the flight the family was on last week. All right, our United, our next arrival. No, it's not. United's after. This is Republic Airways from LaGuardia. 1 hour, 13 minutes of flight time for the E175LR. Looks like we got a departure ready to go. Possibly another American Eagle. This one, Republic Airways 126 off to LaGuardia. And E175LR again off to LaGuardia. It's going to be followed in by that United. That's going to be United 1322 from Washington, D.C. It's going to be a 737-800. Going to be a nice early rotation. United 1322 from Dulles. And it's going to be in the Star Alliance livery this evening. So Sunday's still TBD. I got to figure out what time I want to start. I was thinking maybe sometime in the morning. Maybe around 11-ish. Somewhere around in there, 10, 11. I haven't set anything in stone yet as far as Sunday's show, other than I know our buddy Pip's going to be here. We're going to have our show Sunday. I don't know if he'll carry you guys into the evening. We haven't discussed whether or not how long he'll be on the air, if he's going to take over for me after the fact. Next arrival is going to be FedEx 785. This A300. This is not something we normally see, the A300 for FedEx. Normally it's the 767, so we've got the A300 F4 tonight. That one 3 minutes out. 1 hour 17 minutes of flight time so far. Cooper Aviation. Russell, good evening. Looks like we're going to have a departure. This is going to be a Delta Connection CRJ. This one headed off to LaGuardia as well. Endeavor 5227. Again, off to LaGuardia. All right, our A300 on final for FedEx. Again, like I said, this is not something we normally mention here on the show, an A300 for FedEx. We have mentioned it for UPS in the past. But I feel like it's even been a while since we've seen one of them as well. So I set the like goal for 300 likes tonight. If you guys would please smash that like button. Hopefully you guys enjoy the nighttime plane spotting. Bring you guys a little Wednesday night action. I'm so ready for time change. I'm ready for it to still be daylight right now. Sun high in the sky. This darkness early is driving me insane. Yeah, Christopher Brown, I saw that. I saw several people talking about that today. Sounds to me like a couple of different theories maybe on why. I don't think anybody's come out with a definite yet. Why the FAA shut down El Paso. No, it's not cold at all. I got shorts on. As if you guys don't know, I work in shorts at work, and then I throw on, if I'm out here and it's cold, I throw on the wintertime pants, the snow pants. But tonight, I've got my jacket on, but no pants, just the shorts. This evening, it's quite comfortable. I just want the daylight back. That is all I truly care about, is having the daylight back. Yeah, like I said, I'm not bothered by it this evening. Now, as the night progresses, maybe. But I can tough it out. I'm not going to come out of my little space here to go put on pants. Let me tell you, Sunday... Sunday was brutal for me. It was really cold. My foot was frozen when I left here Sunday. Alright, our A300 finally coming around here. Air France should be pushing back within the next 20 minutes or so. Let me tell you too, last week was brutally cold, so I was bundled up all week, of course. But like I said, when I'm at work and it's, 75 degrees inside the building and I'm trying to move around, that's way, way too hot. So I wear shorts and, short walks outside to cars and things don't bother me. But like I said, if I was out here long term tonight, or it was colder, I would have put my snow pants on before we got started. Is this Delta? United. Looks like a United 737. So I'm an automotive technician. And it stays hot. I do a lot of movement. Well, a lot of movement, my butt. I didn't do any moving around today, unfortunately. But normally, when there's work to be done, I'm moving around. So an automotive technician by day, plane spotter by night and weekends. So this one right here looks to be American Airlines. 1904 coming in from Charlotte. This one is 737-800 tonight. Yeah, today was honestly brutal, to the point where I was really annoyed. I don't even know if I turned any hours, to be honest. Today, Alright, so we should have Air France pushback shortly. They haven't moved the jet bridge back just yet. I did a couple, a couple months at Honda. I didn't care for the way Honda did things, so I went back to where I'm at. And here lately, things have changed so much that it's almost impossible for us right now. It's been a brutal time right now. I've been at it, let's see, I've been with the company itself for 13 years. I'd say I've been working on cars for 10. Trying to find a way out of it. All right, we got a departure. Looks like that United 737. This one, United 1769, 737 MAX 9 off to SFO. I have found my way out, but the problem is it's not quite enough, sadly. It's not enough for me to be comfortable with making the leap. So we'll try to push through spring and see where we're at in the summer, hopefully. Yeah, so because of flat rate and how much time you lose, you know, parts not having your stuff, waiting on people to approve things, you waste a lot of time. And then, like I said, you know, you get days like today where it's really slow and you only make an hour, but you're there. I'm using an hour as an example. You make 2 hours for the day and you've been there for 9, and it's not. Days like today, like I said, were very off kilter. Very frustrating. And warranty times are a joke. Especially when you pull an entire dash for a heads-up display and they only pay you 3.9 hours to do it, and it takes you 8. Yeah, I'm hoping that, again, some point this year maybe we can make the leap, but as of right now, not quite enough. That was part of what our experiment was about last week, right? Like, to see how far we could go if we could do things. So this is Globe X sitting over here. I think they'll be taking... No, the Canes are on break, aren't they? They're on break for the Winter Olympics, so I don't know what this Globe X is over here doing. Ugh. Yeah, 6.7 for that? No thanks. Did you guys do them in the car, though, or did you drop the engines out? because I've heard stories when I worked at Honda where people were doing them. Like the old school Civics where you could do it without dropping the engine out. But I guess with being V6, you have to more than likely drop it out. But yeah. Got a E175 sitting down here ready to go. As we wait for the pushback of Air France. As you can see, they're still loading in some baggage there. You got some people on board. You can see them moving around. Getting this plane all loaded up. Yeah, in the car. Okay. Because I know some of them you could do in the car and some of them you couldn't. Yeah, it just... I see a lot of things that, and it kind of, you know, makes it not better per se, but you see a lot of things on social media that show you that it's the same everywhere. It's just not where you are or where I'm at that's got the issues. Got a United 737 making their way out. Oh yeah, I love stuff like that. Every once in a while we'll get our hands on something like that that doesn't take but a couple minutes and you can charge, you know, it pays a different amount. But and then you have, those are the things that make up for the other stuff that you only get paid an hour for, but it takes you 3 to do. So it's really, really confusing. If you don't know the automotive industry, it's really, really confusing on the way everybody gets paid. And it, like Christopher Brown said, it's a very old concept. Miss Carolina must be trying to log into some stuff because I'm receiving all these alerts on my phone. Yep, there it is. There's the marriage text message. I need those codes. Anybody else's significant other do that? I need those codes. She is over there working on our social media. Yeah, I see a lot of things lately about dealers and shops not being able to get technicians lately. And of course it's, you know, you do a lot of the other trades, HVAC, electrical, and it's, you know, you can go into those industries separately and probably make more than what you make as an automotive technician. Anyway, it is what it is about the day job. There's nothing we can do about it at the moment. I just can't believe how slow it is. You know, you would think last week, of course, everybody when I got back Monday, everybody's like, "Dude, be glad you were not here last week. Be glad you just took the week off." Because I guess because of the weather, there was absolutely nothing going on. So everybody's like, "Yeah, be glad you weren't here." It was not. It was not a good week. So we got United 1386 headed to Newark, New Jersey, 737 MAX 9. Coming in, we got Endeavor 5232 by CRJ. Coming in from LaGuardia. 1 hour, 13 minutes of flight time for the CRJ. Yeah, so she's does a lot of things behind the scenes for us. So so that's what she's working on. She works really, really hard on the show, just like I do. Everybody getting comfy. Jet bridge is pulled back. Yeah, she's home with the kiddos. My youngest got sick this morning, so she's home with them. Heading to Syracuse. Thank you, Caleb. You see everybody getting ready to go. They're yes. That United departure back to Newark as we get our arrival. So this one going out, Caleb says, to Syracuse, the Globe X. We've got another one up for departure. This one, Frontier, wasn't the United that we thought it was going to be. If I could catch back up with it, there it is. Frontier 3314. Klondike the Polar Bear off to LaGuardia. Man, a lot of LaGuardia flights this evening. Air France got the beacons on. Looks like we've got an American Eagle. Public Airways 4742. This one off to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. As in communication. They were having some. I think one of the antennas or something was down. Yeah, we don't have a very good nighttime camera. Plus, there's no light here, so we're using the same exact settings we used in Charlotte the other night, and they weren't too bad. But here in RDU, because there's no significant or updated lights around the airport, it makes it really, really hard to do nighttime shows. That's why we've been not doing nighttime shows. We need a different camera that can handle the dark. Like, I can turn it up a little bit more, but it doesn't look as good. That didn't really do much to help it. The only other thing I can do is that, and that makes everything look horrible. So yeah, our camera's not great for at night. A350. Hey, Eddie, good evening. I prefer the A350 over the A330 all day, every day. I do wonder what my camera would do. Dude, we haven't done nighttime shows in so long. I don't even know what my camera will do. We go through this every once in a while. But I'll experiment with it for a minute, but yeah, you would think that as good as the camera body is, it would do a lot better. Alright, enjoy the 777 startup. Those GEs. ready for us to be able to put up more emojis, we need more members to the show. We may have some more up. We may be able to put some more up. I keep forgetting to check it. Now that I'm back to work, everything is... I'm forgetful about everything when it comes to the behind-the-scenes stuff.
We'll get that
777-200 out of here just in a moment. Sorry. Trying to do all this stuff. Miss Carolina's texting all these codes and everything else. Alright, so we're at 175 likes so far this evening. Thank you guys for smashing the like button. We're a little over halfway to our 300 like goal. If you guys haven't smashed the like button yet, please do so. As well as subscribe if you guys are new around here. We don't always do nighttime shows. And again, if your internet allows it, switch over to 4K. I don't know how well 4K looks at night. We really didn't do too much 4K nighttime testing. Again, it always looks better during the day regardless. So again, make sure your settings are set to 4K. And again, I hope you guys are enjoying all the 4K shows we've been able to bring you guys over the last week. So Air France getting ready to head back to Paris. Couple of E175s down below us running. So it looks like Alaska will sit and wait. That is Alaska for this one's different. So I thought there was two of them. Alaska 9421. This one headed off to Greensboro. It's going to be a 737-900. And again, like I said, they're headed off to Greensboro. Envoy 3815. Coming in from DCA, that's this one right here. 43 minutes of flight time for the E175LR. Thank you, Robert. Glad you enjoy the shows. Going to be a big weekend for us this weekend. If you guys don't know already, we'll be on Saturday and Sunday. Again, all times are TBD at the moment. Frontier 3313 coming in from LaGuardia, coming in over on 23 left. Oh, those lights are bright. This is Alaska back to Seattle. It should be Alaska 582. 797 tonight. This one off to SeaTac. So a little double Alaska action here for tonight. This is a 737-900 as well. So a pair of Alaskas lined up, ready to go. So the first one off to Seattle. This one here off to Greensboro, North Carolina. A short hop over to GSO. So something a little interesting this evening. A pair of Alaskas. Be about a 10, maybe 15-minute hop over to GSO. Not a very long flight for that 737-900. This arrival's not on radar. Is this our 737-200? No, it looks like an exec jet. Yeah, they're probably headed to Greensboro for some maintenance or something. They get like interior cabin work done out that way. Looks like an American Eagle on the move. Man, I really wish there was some more lights around here. It is really, really dark. So again, we're nowhere near the city. We're well outside of city limits, quote unquote. I wish we had a nice city backdrop for you guys, especially at night. This is Republic Airways 4616. Headed off to DCA, should be about a 43-minute flight for the E175. I hope so. Again, the lighting here is not great at night. That's one of the things that holds us back from doing too many night shows. Here comes that. Looks like a Cessna Citation. Again, that one was not up on flight radar. We do have beacons on for GlobeX. Again, GlobeX back to Syracuse, New York. So we'll see that departure scheduled for 7:45, but I think we may see them a little early. I don't know yet. Got an American Eagle headed to JFK, Republic Airways 4804. Now we're going to go to JFK in just a few minutes. Let's check and see what we got for arrivals. We're going to have our first FedEx ATR, Mountain Air Cargo 7503, a FedEx feeder. This one coming in from New Bern. It's got about 9 minutes left in its journey, an ATR 72600F. So that one will be in shortly. Now there'll be 2 of those tonight. We've got Moxie on the way. Moxie 135 from Islip. An A220-300, an hour and 17 minutes so far. They have about 3 minutes remaining in their journey. So 204 likes. Thank you guys for smashing the like button. A little less than 100 away now. Again, I only set tonight's show for 300. Wednesday night shows aren't typically great. Sometimes, some weeks they can be. 206. So thank you guys for smashing that like button. Gonna get that American 777 out of here. Hopefully no delays for that one tonight. Departure time around 9:30, I believe. 9:15, 9:30. That will probably be our last departure of the night. Alicio, good evening. RTB, good evening to you. Again, good evening, everybody. I really am ready for us to be able to get back to our evening time shows. Wintertime just kills it. So that A220 on final and A220-300. Again, that one coming from Islip. We've got one sitting out toward the end of the runway, not quite ready to go. Now they've come off flight radar. No, London's still here. London will be here till about 9:30. Air France, however, has departed already. Air France departing about 10 minutes or so ago. But again, London, that 777 not leaving until about 9:30 this evening. So we'll wait for GlobeX. As we have Moxie 135 from Islip, 1 hour 21 minutes of flight time. FedEx ATR coming in closer. So we did Thanksgiving and we did May 17th down at the observation deck. But most of the time our shows are conducted up here. It's got to be a special occasion for us to go down there. It's so small, I don't like getting in people's way. You know, be respectful of others. Granted, our setup's not that big. It's about the size of, you know, the tripod I use typically. But still, I don't want to get in other plane spotters' way. Plus, this is a much better vantage point. Both are good. You'll catch me every now and then down at the observation deck. Possibly not doing a show, but down there snagging some photos or something like that. I typically don't try to set up the tripod or any of the equipment down there. Again, don't want to get in the way of folks. So here is Mountain Air Cargo, the FedEx feeder. 28 minutes of flight time for this one. This Carolina gifting out a membership. Yeah, so you got to pay to come up here to the parking garage. Randy S., good evening. Good evening, Amanda. It is a nice night for plane spotting. Hey, there's Barb. Barb, good evening. Congratulations to Briscoe. He comes up here every once in a while. We see him. every now and then in the spring and summer. Oh, this one's not our FedEx ATR. This one's not on radar. Good arrival nonetheless. There's our FedEx ATR. Thought something looked a little bit different about that. That one wasn't on radar, and it looked like FedEx came to the left. So Eddie, they're on the channel, and I keep meaning to do that. Tonight, I need to do that. Tonight or tomorrow, I gotta remember to put that in the description of the show. There's Globe X. Coming this way for departure. Yeah, so the PayPal is on the show page, but I do need to put it in the description. Whether the link will work, I don't know. If I put it in the show description. I may have had an issue with that at some point. Yeah, so they put the microphones out there, or the speakers out there at the observation deck, so you guys are able to hear ATC. It is a one-sided conversation, it sounds like. There's a lot of things that you don't hear that you hear if you have a handheld radio. Down there at the observation deck. Soyson. Good evening, John. Good evening. Thank you guys for tuning in. It's beautiful, really clear evening tonight. Not a cloud in the sky, I don't think. Nice and warm. 55 degrees currently here, according to the computer. The METAR says it's 57 degrees. Yeah, hopefully it'll get its call sign and destination here shortly. Hopefully, aviation lover, hopefully we see Speedbird 217 tonight. He did say that he was going to try to hold the camera light up. No, not cold at all. We were talking about it earlier. I'm out here in shorts. How it'll be by the time I get done, I don't know. Good thing there's no real wind out here. It's been a really nice couple of days as far as the weather goes. Hey, there it is. Christopher Brown posting the PayPal in the chat. Thank you so much, Christopher Brown. So if you guys would like to chip in, there is the link to our PayPal account. NetJets from Washington Dulles, an Embraer Phenom 300. 40 minutes of flight time for this exec jet. I do have a jacket on, but my lower half is all right tonight. I do have the snow pants. If I got really cold, I could put a hold on the show and put pants on really fast, but just working with the shorts this evening. Good looking Embraer Phenom. Here comes one of our other exec jets. Globex still currently sitting out at the end of the runway. Looks like Globex is ready to go. No more shout outs on the radio. Ah, Sosin's got a bearded dragon. So do I. She's rude. Her name's Karen, by the way. If you guys have been watching the show long enough, you know I have a bearded dragon. She's rude. But, yeah, I don't know what's with the horn. Here we go with this again. It's definitely not somebody looking for their car. It's too far in between. It's too sporadic. Exec jets and other GA stuff happening over here on the 2-3 left side. So give them a minute. They'll populate in a minute. If Iceland's up, sometimes it can be a little on the slow side for flight radar, especially if they just push back. We saw here Sunday some of the Breeze flights were still from their arrival. They were still using the arrival call sign and the arrival flight path still in time. They hadn't quite adjusted just yet. So they'll, if you'll give them just a minute, they'll load. So Iceland is off to Reykjavik. I can't believe we're already pushing them back. Although they did land a little early this evening. They're in the pink livery tonight. That 737 MAX is going to make that 6.5 hour journey back to Reykjavik. If it sent money through, it should have worked. I'll get a message here from Miss Carolina in a minute if it did. Actually, I think I got the... No, that's for Samsung. Yes. So we did get the PayPal. Thank you so much. So Miss Carolina's got us all squared away with social media. And her, is freaking out. She said her computer's going through a mandatory update. We can hear that 737 MAX of Iceland starting engines over on the other side. There's Endeavour 5198 sitting out at the end of the runway. We're headed to DCA. We've got Republic Airways 4596 coming in from Nashville, Tennessee. 1 hour of flight time. They'll be arriving in just 1 minute. It's going to be an E175 LR. There's our Nashville arrival. So Miles, I think we're looking at the American 777 departure, possibly. I have to look and see what time that departure is. 10 o'clock is going to be pushing the limits for me. Now that I'm back to work, that's pushing the limits, 10 o'clock. So we'll see. It's usually around 9:30 when that 777 gets out of here, so probably the American 777. We do have a viewer on board. That one headed back to London. Scheduled for 8:45, 9:05. Thank you so much, James. No worries, James. Thank you for the update. Next arrival looks like it's going to be Delta 1518. They've already called in to the tower. They're coming in from Atlanta, 737-9. Again, from Atlanta. Let's see. We should have Iceland right there. Iceland sliding out. Still no flight number yet. they'll get their flight number posted on Flight Radar. Again, this one back to Reykjavik, Iceland. Air France left already. They left around 7:10. Got Endeavour 5198 off to DCA. That one's still sitting out at the end of the runway. They're finally hitting the runway here. By the way, Iceland, if you guys are new, again, we don't do very many night shows as of late, but Iceland, one of my favorite nighttime departures. Again, this one back to DC. 43 minutes of flight time for this one, or give or take. Ramona's getting ready for this weekend. Ramona's busy getting ready for the weekend. Again, just going to have some folks up here with us. Ramona, Christopher Brown, and of course our good buddy, Pip. Going to be co-hosting with us on Sunday. I'm not sure if he's going to take you guys into the evening or not. We haven't talked about that yet. If we're going to make any kind of switch into the evening. So there'll be quite a few folks out there. I know it'll be rainy. It's supposed to have some pretty big, I wouldn't say storms, but there's going to be a lot of rain, I guess. I don't know. It should make for an exciting show, hopefully. A lot of water spray for you guys. So we'll just have to wait and see. So we're waiting on Delta 1518 from Atlanta. 57 minutes of flight time. It says 2 minutes. It's just now popping out from behind the tower. Got a small General Ave over here. Yeah, I would love to be able to put up a pop-up tent. You know what? We talked about it the other day, but Miss Carolina was talking about me getting another car and this, that, and the other. Well, obviously, I don't want to, but I was thinking about it. If I got an SUV, if I got one of those SUVs and put one of those canopies on it, I wonder if the airport would say anything. $242 likes. Thank you guys. We are on our way to 300. Once again, make sure you guys smash the like button. No, I have a feeling that having a pop-up tent would be a problem. They would definitely call it in. So what we'll do is we'll move down a floor is what'll happen on Sunday. Hopefully we can find a good spot. Hopefully we won't be able to see 23 left, 5 right. If that is the case. But nonetheless, we'll be here. We'll see this side, the Terminal 2 side. So a buddy of ours who also does live shows is coming out on Sunday, and a bunch of other folks, a couple of my moderators and stuff will be out here hanging out. So hopefully it'll be a good show. Again, Pip will be co-hosting with us. And again, I don't know if he's going to carry you guys on into the evening. His camera is better at night than mine is. So we could probably just transfer everybody, we can redirect everybody over to his show and continue on. It'd probably take us a couple minutes to reset everything back up, but that's kind of how we did it when we were in Charlotte last year. I was on and then I redirected and everybody went over there and waited for the continuation of the show. So the parking garage is right in the center of the airport. So Iceland off to Reykjavik. .737 Max. Gonna lose them. Kind of figured we would. Got an American Eagle getting ready for departure. Yin, good afternoon or good evening. Yeah, so you gotta pay for it. It's all dependent on how long you're up here. If you're up here like 15 minutes, maybe 10, 15 minutes, you don't have to pay anything. If you're here any longer than that, it's like $5 something. All the way up to $21 a day. So anything over 3 hours, 4 hours is considered all day. Hey, here we go. AMX 584. Departed Cancun, Mexico 2 hours and 34 minutes ago. So Aero Mexico getting ready to be on final. That 737 MAX 8. That one will stay overnight and depart in the morning. So we'll have that one here in a minute. About 3 minutes. Again, 2 hours, 35 minutes for Aero Mexico 584. Yeah, he did, Taxiway Lima. He was on for a long time, too. 9.5 hours. That was pretty good. I watched most of the show. I was watching while I was working and lurking, and then I went home and was watching the show. So again, like I said, we'll see how we want to progress the evening. I currently don't. A lot of people keep asking me to go out to GSO, but the traffic, there's not a whole lot of traffic at GSO, and I don't know exactly where I need to go to plane spot at GSO. Sweet, Christopher Brown's gonna have his Carolina Aviation shirt by tomorrow. This is an American 737-8. This one should be headed back to Charlotte. another GA coming in. Hopefully we have time to grab the GA while Aeromexico from Cancun, that Max 8's on fun. So I use Plane Finder. So if I know a lot of people use Flight Radar. I use Flight Radar for flights, but I use Plane Finder for one thing and one thing only, and that is the fact that you can click on the airport of your choice and know how many flights you have each day. So like we'll click here and it's, you know, depending on the day, 157. Now come winter time or come summertime, that's going to be like 220 something for the day here at RDU. That's why we're excited to get back into the spring and summer swing of things. So there's Aeromexico. That Max 8 from Cancun. Yeah, so that's the only two Aeromexico flights we have currently. And I don't know how long this one's going to last. I feel like it was going to be seasonal. So I feel like this was going to be semi-seasonal. But we'll see if it sticks around throughout the spring and the summer. Because we do have American Airlines, and I also think we have Delta also covering Cancun. And of course we know they send the E190 from Mexico City. Next arrival, Frontier 1234. Flower the Hummingbird coming in from the House of Mouse, coming in from MCO. 1 hour and 18 minutes of flight time for the A320. So we'll see that one here momentarily. Oh, your hidden Girl Scout cookies? Miss Carolina's got to hide the Girl Scout cookies from me. There's only a few that I like, but anyway. It's funny that she says that in the chat. So Southwest flies to Denver. United flies to Denver. Frontier flies out to Denver. So we got 3 to Denver. Yeah, Thin Mints are my favorite, and those peanut butter ones. So we do have the Star Alliance livery here for United Airlines. Not that we can really see it, other than the tail as they get ready to depart, as long as they have their ident lights on. So we'll see if we can see it, if it goes out tonight. If you guys remember last Thursday or last Wednesday, they had a big old slumber party here full of nothing but United Airlines. Those are Miss Carolina's favorite. The lemonade Girl Scout cookies. I don't know if Breeze will take up Denver. I know Breeze has added a lot of flights over the last year, and they've got a lot coming. But I don't know that Denver is going to be one of their flights. This is our Aeromexico Max 8 coming around the corner. I like the coconut ones too. Dano, good evening. There goes Aero Mexico to the gate. That's 737 Max from Cancun. Now we got Frontier from Orlando. Finally close enough on final. Bunch of thugs. So I've been plane spotting for a long time. When I first moved here, we would come down to the observation deck every now and then. Kids enjoyed it. And then I really got heavy into it in about 2020, 2021. Started doing some 4K stuff. If I could ever remember to order a new headset, order her one. Yeah, I don't know what's up with the honking the last couple of episodes. We had, what was that? Was that Sunday we had that issue with the honking now tonight? Yeah, Miss Carolina's talking about being here on Sunday as well. We'll see how it goes. We're trying to figure out a couple other things for the weekend as well, so. I don't know what it is. It's down below me somewhere. I have absolutely no clue where that's coming from. Got an American Eagle departure. More than likely a Republic Airways. Man, I go back to work and I can't hold the camera steady to save my life tonight. Off to LaGuardia. Thank you for the update. Alright, so we got another arrival. Alright. JetBlue 783, that's going to be an A220, and that's going to be in the new livery. That's going to be our next arrival. Envoy 3597 off the Chicago O'Hare. Again, JetBlue up next. We do have the old ATR on final. That one coming in from Wilmington. That one, I say old because the lights on it aren't the bright LED ones. Hey, Colin. Good evening. Come on, Nick. Nick the Nikon, let's get to work. You still got a couple hours left. Got about an hour and a half left. Yep, it's that time of the night. Miss Carolina headed off. She'll be listening to the show in the background, but gotta go handle the kiddos. Get them ready for bed. Beautiful tail there for JetBlue. All right, there's the ATR from Wilmington. This one here, Mountain Air Cargo 7508 coming in from ILM, coming in from Ramona's neck of the woods. Colin, thank you so much for 23 months. I apologize if I missed your, message. Hold on. Your membership milestone. My thing doesn't highlight it anymore like it used to. So membership milestones I miss. So apologies. Thank you so much for 23 months. I think he got sick from something that he ate, if I'm honest. I don't think it was any kind of sickness or illness. I think he ate something that really upset his stomach this morning. So there's the one from ILM. Oh boy, for real, I go back to work and I've lost my touch already. Not smooth at all with the camera, are we? Kevin, good evening. Yeah, I heard that the norovirus is back around. I remember when that was out in 2008. I was working in a hotel at the time, at a casino. Man, talk about a rough time, boy. That was. Yeah, he threw up this morning, sadly. So for the emojis, or for the memberships, you get all the emojis. And I don't really do members only shows. I think we've only ever done one members only show. That was to introduce the members to the 4K. After the week-long hard work that Miss Carolina and I put into bringing you guys 4K shows, it was kind of a test to work on some settings, but honestly, we didn't have to work on any settings at all. Yeah, she said he's doing a lot better tonight. Let's see, we've got American Airlines. Nope, that's Republic Airways at 4704. That one's headed to LaGuardia. We're going to turn to our FedEx ATR as soon as it gets around here. Is that it? There's our FedEx ATR. Thank you, Aviation Lover. We will see you again Saturday. I'll be on the air Saturday. Yes, Alaska does make their way to RDU. Starting at some point this year, they're going to be flying from here to San Diego. As a matter of fact, we had double Alaska departures tonight, back to back. One on one side, one on the other. Here's our Star Alliance livery for United Airlines. One headed to Greensboro tonight, and the other one headed back to Seattle. So again, starting some point this spring, early summer, Alaska's gonna take and do the San Diego non-stop flight. So again, here's the Star Alliance livery. Nice early rotation for the Star Alliance. I like the way that star just glows. That looks so cool. Here in A220, we've got Aero Mexico down there hanging out. That Max 8 will be with us until sometime tomorrow, I think. They don't usually fly out at night. So they fly in from ILM, and they fly in another ATR from New Bern. So I guess they don't have facilities out there in New Bern and Wilmington, so they fly in the feeders to handle those two routes. You'll see, if you guys are following along and paying attention on Flight Radar, I think, you'll see a lot of Grand Caravans coming in for the Cessna Grand Caravans coming in. So they're coming in for UPS from all different places out on the East Coast, out of eastern North Carolina. So there's our A220 that was making all the fuss, a Delta. So ILM, like I said, gets the feeder, and so does New Bern. I don't know that Aero Mexico is going to go to the hard stand. I think it'll stay over here for the night. I've never seen it on the hard stand. As of right now, I don't know when they land in London. Sometime in the middle, early in the morning, late at night. I'm never awake when they land in London. But they should be getting ready for departure. They're scheduled for about 9 o'clock. 8:45, 9 o'clock, somewhere around in there. Yes, I've plane spotted outside of NC. We go up to Washington, D.C. We go spot in Dulles. That was part of what we were supposed to get done last week, but unfortunately the frigid temperatures kept us from doing that. But yes, we go up to D.C. One of these days I'd like to take a week and go up there and do all three, BWE, DCA, and Dulles. I can't ever find the time to get all three airports in. And I don't like to break up days. Have I been out here past midnight or to midnight? and I've been close, like 11 o'clock. Comes our A220 up for departure. Not a lot happens after 10. Delta 2393 back to Boston. Now in the summertime, there could be instances where we stay that late, but currently the wintertime, with it as cold as it is, and of course the limited amount of flights right now, being that it is winter, keep us from being out here that late. Wednesday nights especially, because that pushes me to my limit, because I got to be back to work in the morning. Okay, so there you go, Speedbird 217. He's going to be on board that flight, 8:19 local time. 7 hours, 8 minutes of flight time for that one over there. So it lands at 8:19 in the morning. Will we get an early rotation out of the A220? Let's find out. A little bit of an early rotation. Did I see a Frontier headed out? I know they got one they're towing to the overnight. That's going to be another United 737, looks like. Hey, we're 25 likes away from our goal. Thank you guys for smashing the like button tonight. We got about 45-ish minutes, depending. I need to look at the departure board and see what we got leaving for UPS at 9:15. So while we have a moment here, I'm going to look at that and see what we have as far as the departure board goes. Whoops, as I click on the wrong one. Departures. 8:45 estimated, 9:05 for the American 174 Heavy back to London. We've got an A300 headed to Louisville, Kentucky at about 9:05, estimated 9:17. So we could possibly have 2 heavy departures back to back this evening. So we'll be ready for that. We've got Southwest 4808 coming in from Chicago Midway. 737-800 flying 1 hour, 17 minutes. Getting ready to have a departure. Let's see, which is going to be a better shot? The arrival or that departure? What are they doing down there? I don't even know where that's at, but it sounds to me like they've started some construction somewhere. All right, Kale, have a wonderful evening. Not sure. I don't know how they're going to do the gate numbering. You might be able to look at the 2020 or 2040 project, excuse me. Really nice departure here for this one. still get the southwest touchdown. Man, what are they working on? So we're not looking at too long before that 777 starts to push back. We've got another Southwest arrival, Southwest 1001, coming in from Nashville, Tennessee. 57 minutes of flight time for the 737-700. So we have that up next. $286 likes. Again, thank you guys for smashing that. $14 away from our goal. Yeah, I don't even know where that is, whatever they're doing. I don't know if it's part of this terminal project over here or if it's something else. So about 58 minutes, 59 minutes of flight time for this one, again from Nashville, Tennessee. I see why they don't do that during the day. That's got to be right over here by the where they're building that new section. So the back door on Southwest is probably open so they can get catering in there, air it out a little bit. Any number of reasons. All right, Cooper Aviation, have a wonderful evening. See you on Saturday. This is Delta 2992 coming in from Miami. 1 hour 51 minutes of flight time. This is going to be an A319. Yeah, sadly I got things to do Friday night. Tomorrow night, I got racing to watch. Friday night, I got racing to watch. Got a CRJ out at the end of the runway. I don't know when they'll make a run for it. They've gone off flight radar. They were there a moment ago. We've got American Airlines 2073 coming in from Charlotte. Got about 4 minutes left in their journey. They've got been in the air 26 minutes. It's going to be an A321. Just NASCAR usually. I find it really hard to catch the Formula One races. I have had years where I try my best to capture the Formula One races and watch them, but mostly NASCAR. And of course, I don't even get to watch that very much on the occasion that I do. Sometimes when I'm doing the show, I'll have it on in the background on a different device. Just so I can follow along with what's going on. Not necessarily watching it, but which I think is probably what we're going to do since it is the biggest race of the season this year, or to start the season. Yeah, I like Lewis Hamilton myself, too, over on the Formula One side of things. James RDU, hope you get better. Thank you for joining us. This one here off to JFK. Kevin, good evening. Oops. Sure, the weather's warmed up nicely for you guys there in Lakeland. Nice day here for us. Looks like we got a couple out there trying to make their way in. We've got that American from Charlotte, followed by two Uniteds. So American 2073, followed by United 365. This one coming in from SFO, 737 MAX 8, just behind our American. United 609 coming in from Newark, New Jersey, 737-900. So maybe tonight will be another United slumber party. Man, Iceland's taking a really weird flight. So there you go as they get lined up. Can't get my thing to update tonight like I normally do. It's very hit or miss with YouTube. Hey, we're 6 likes away from our goal. So if you guys haven't yet, smash the like button, please do so. It's been a pretty good evening considering I didn't even think we were going to get this show off the ground. Again, tonight, the A300 as well as the 777 should be our last two departures. So we got a fire truck headed out to Terminal 1. Yeah, that APU is really, really loud. So, American from Charlotte. I said 30 minutes of flight time there. American 2073. Hey, there's the Pipster. Good evening to Pip. All right, so United here. This one coming from SFO. United 365, 737 MAX 8, flying 4 hours, 3 minutes. And thank you guys for getting us to 300 tonight. Looking forward to the weekend. Cannot wait, to be honest. It's a good looking arrival. I know, I really will be excited when they shut that APU off. See you Saturday. Got that other United coming in from Newark. Again, they might be having another United 737 slumber party tonight. I will do my best to drive safely. Hopefully I don't run into any traffic this evening. I have had nights where I leave here and then be working on the road or doing something and I sit in traffic for 30 minutes. So again, this one, United 609, coming in from Newark, New Jersey. 1 hour and 11 minutes of flight time for this 737-9. No, I think it's one of the E175s down here. Here we go, the highlight of the show. the star of the show, the second star of the show, as we get United's touchdown. Now Speedbird 217 is on board this American 174 Heavy. So hopefully he'll have the flashlight shining for us as they taxi. I don't know what side of the plane he's on, but hopefully he'll have the flashlight up for us there on his way to London. So this one's going to depart early. Should we stay for FedEx or should we call it with this one? Make this our last plane of the evening. Because FedEx is unreliable, or UPS is unreliable sometimes. They like to play with our emotions. 306 likes. Thank you, everybody, once again. What time is it? Oh, it's only 8. It's 8:30. I don't know why I was thinking it was 9:30. Yeah, I think we will. I think we're going to end here with the 777 departure this evening. Again, we'll be back Saturday. And of course, we'll be here on Sunday as well. So we'll get this one back to London. Been a while since we've seen the American 777 departure. I think the last time we tried to catch its departure, it was delayed until like 11 o'clock that night. So we had to call it then. But tonight, we got our 777. Should be a nice sounding startup. Enjoy the 777 startup. If we can even hear the 777 over. Yeah, see, he's already started. I didn't really hear it because of that APU that's running down there. Should be a good sounding as they spool up. So we were looking at what, 9,500 for Valentine's Day. I didn't figure we would, and I definitely don't think we gained very many subscribers tonight, which is okay. Wednesday night's usually not a night for that. We started the night with 215. We're up to 236. So a good amount of subscribers this evening. So thank you guys for subscribing. I don't think we'll hit it on Saturday either, but that's okay. I just wanted to make it to 9,000 by Valentine's Day, to be honest. So now our next goal is 10,000 by Memorial Day weekend. Which should be easy enough, I hope. So again, this is going to be the last plane of the night. If you guys haven't smashed the like button, please do so. Hope you guys have enjoyed the stream this evening. Again, I'm ready for this to go back to 6 p.m. departure time, or 6:30 departure time, as well as the time to change. So if you guys don't know, this currently arrives around 5 p.m. Once time changes over in the UK, it'll start coming back in at 1 p.m. and departing around 6:30. So our evening shows will be started off with the heavy departures. And then of course we'll have Iceland, and we'll have everything else to follow. Aer Lingus. Like I said, Saturday and Sunday shows are to be determined as of right now. Again, I don't know what all I have going on for Saturday. I don't think I have anything really going on for Saturday at the moment. I would like to take the evening and spend it with the missus. Of course, it being Valentine's Day and all. Be awaiting Pip's arrival on Saturday. Kevin, good evening. I really wish they would turn that APU off. Like I said, when spring and summer roll around and it is dark, it's still daylight at this time, we're still out here. We roll until about 9:30, 10 o'clock in the spring and summer. So it's just winter, and wintertime exhausts me. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but this darkness early exhausts me. Kevin, thank you for the $1.99 super chat. Greatly appreciate that. And again, we've got Speedbird 217 on board this one. I didn't see the light. Maybe that might be the light there. Hopefully we didn't miss it. I don't know what side of the plane he's on, but hopefully, I'm wondering if that's might be the light right there that we're seeing here on the right side of the plane. So he did say he would shine the flashlight for us. You know what's funny, Kevin? I grew up in the mountains. I lived there till I was 20. How long have I lived here? 13 years. So I was like 25, 24, 25. And I never went skiing. The entire time I lived in the mountains, growing up, all that stuff. I never went skiing. We were talking about that this winter, though. I told Miss Caroline, I was like, man, I'd like to do some skiing, or at least try it just once. But I have really messed up ankles, so it would be my luck I would do it and break a leg or something, knowing me. All right, enjoy the 777 departure back to London Heathrow. American 174 heavy, definitely leaving heavy tonight. And again, of course, you guys were here for the beginning of the show. I am in a little bit different spot tonight. So sadly, that departure a little bit off. We've got 2 arrivals. American from Philadelphia, an A320, and we've got United from Chicago, a 737-800. But I think that's going to do it for us tonight. Again, thank you to my channel members, moderators, everybody for working hard this evening. Again, we'll be back Saturday. Should be a nice long show Saturday and Sunday. Our buddy Pip is coming in to town Saturday, so we'll be here for his arrival. And then to be a plane spotter like this, camera software. There's a lot of different places. You can do a lot of research. That's what I did. I did tons of research on what all I needed, and I still don't have everything I need. But anyway, thank you guys once again. Greatly appreciate y'all. Y'all have a wonderful evening. We'll see you again on Saturday. Hope you guys have enjoyed this broadcast. Have a wonderful evening. Good night.